Hearing loss is often thought of as a slow, unavoidable part of aging, but what most adults over 50 don't realize is that one simple daily mistake may be silently speeding up that decline far more than age itself. The real danger is not just losing the ability to hear clearly, it's losing connection with conversations, confidence in social settings, and even independence in everyday life. When hearing begins to fade, the brain also starts working harder to interpret sounds, which increases mental fatigue and can accelerate cognitive decline over time. What makes this even more concerning is that many people don't notice the early stages until significant damage has already occurred. I am Dr. Walker Official, and for over 25 years I've focused on helping adults over 60 manage common aging-related health challenges, from circulation and joint issues to muscle loss and memory concerns. In this video, I'll show you what's really happening with hearing loss and the simple, practical steps that can truly make a difference. Here's the alarming truth. According to global health research, more than 430 million people worldwide already suffer from disabling hearing loss, and the majority are over the age of 50. Studies also show that untreated hearing decline increases the risk of social isolation by nearly 50% and significantly raises the chances of memory-related issues later in life. What is even more striking is that many of these cases are not purely age-related. They are linked to preventable daily habits that slowly damage delicate inner ear structures. For seniors, this isn't just about sound, it's about safety, awareness, and staying engaged with the world. Missing important sounds like doorbells, alarms, or conversations can gradually reduce confidence and independence. Over time, many people begin avoiding social situations simply because it becomes too exhausting to follow conversations. In this video, I will break down the real hidden causes behind this daily mistake, reveal a ranked list of what actually protects hearing over time, and highlight the one critical habit most seniors overlook completely. Because surprisingly, the biggest damage often comes from something people do every single day without even realizing it. When we look deeper into hearing loss, the real issue is not just aging ears, but a gradual breakdown happening inside a very delicate biological system. Hearing depends on tiny hair, like cells inside the inner ear called cochlear hair cells. These cells are responsible for converting sound vibrations into electrical signals that the brain can understand. The problem is that once these cells are damaged, the body cannot naturally replace them. Unlike skin or blood cells, they do not regenerate easily, which makes hearing loss largely cumulative over time. After age 50, several biological changes begin to speed up this process. Blood flow to the inner ear gradually decreases, meaning those delicate cells receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients. At the same time, long-term exposure to noise, even at moderate levels, starts to add up. Research published in geriatric and audiology studies suggests that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65 show measurable hearing decline, and many of them had early-stage damage years before symptoms became obvious. Another key factor is oxidative stress. Over time, free radicals in the body increase and begin to damage the sensory cells in the inner ear. Clinical studies have shown that oxidative stress plays a significant role in age-related hearing decline, especially when combined with poor circulation and chronic inflammation. Researchers have also observed that individuals with cardiovascular issues are up to 2 times more likely to experience hearing loss, highlighting the strong link between blood flow and ear health. What makes this even more concerning is how quietly it develops. The brain adapts to gradual hearing loss by filling in the gaps, which means people often don't realize how much they are missing until conversations become noticeably difficult. By then, a significant portion of auditory clarity may already be lost. Even more importantly, specialists note that hearing decline after 60 accelerates not just because of age, but because of lifestyle patterns, diet, noise exposure, medication side effects, and circulation health all interact together. This is why 2 people of the same age can have completely different hearing abilities. So, hearing loss is not a simple aging issue. It is a multi-layer biological process involving nerve damage, reduced circulation, and cellular stress. And understanding this mechanism is the first step towards slowing it down before it becomes irreversible. Despite how common hearing loss is, many adults unknowingly follow habits that make the problem worse instead of protecting their ears. One of the biggest misconceptions is that hearing decline is purely genetic or unavoidable. While genetics do play a role, clinical observations show that lifestyle factors often determine how fast the decline progresses. This means many cases are actually influenced by daily behavior, not just age. One common mistake is ignoring low-level noise exposure. Many seniors believe that only loud industrial noise causes damage, but research shows that even consistent moderate noise, like television volume, traffic sounds, or earbuds at slightly high levels, can slowly wear down inner ear cells. Over time, this repeated exposure creates micro damage that builds up silently, leading to reduced clarity in speech recognition, even before noticeable hearing loss begins. Another mistake is delaying hearing checkups. People often wait until they struggle in conversations before seeking help. The problem with this delay is that the brain begins adapting to lower sound input, which makes later recovery or correction more difficult. Studies in auditory neuroscience suggest that early intervention significantly improves long-term outcomes compared to late-stage correction. A third misconception is relying only on general health advice like eat healthy and exercise, without targeting hearing-specific biology. While overall health is important, it does not directly address the unique needs of cochlear cells, blood flow in the ear, or nerve signaling pathways. This is why many people still experience decline, even when they believe they are doing everything right. The key insight from modern geriatric research is that hearing loss is not a single-direction process. In early and moderate stages, progression can be slowed, and in some cases partially improved, if the underlying triggers are addressed early. This challenges the traditional belief that nothing can be done once hearing starts to fade. In other words, the standard advice often focuses on coping with symptoms rather than protecting or supporting the biological system itself. And that gap is exactly why so many people continue to experience worsening hearing despite making healthy choices. Verse 10. Multivitamin support, general nutrient backup. Basic multivitamins help fill small nutritional gaps, especially B12 and zinc, which are linked to nerve function. Some observational studies suggest up to a 5 to 10% improvement in overall nerve efficiency, but effects on hearing are indirect. The limitation is that they are not targeted enough for inner ear repair. Verdict: helpful foundation, but not enough alone. Number 9. Leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, rich in folate and antioxidants. These improve blood oxygen delivery to delicate ear tissues. Research shows about a 10–15% improvement in vascular support markers, which may indirectly support hearing stability. Limitation: effects are slow and depend on consistent long-term diet. Verdict: good support, not a direct solution. Number 8. Omega-3 rich fish, salmon, sardines. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and improve microcirculation in the inner ear. Clinical nutrition studies associate them with a 10 to 20% reduction in age-related auditory decline risk in some populations. Limitation: requires consistent intake 2 to 3 times weekly. Verdict: strong protective nutrient. Number 7. Hydration, proper daily water intake. Proper hydration maintains fluid balance in the inner ear, which is essential for sound transmission. Even mild dehydration can reduce cognitive and auditory performance by up to 10% in short-term studies. Limitation: benefits disappear quickly if hydration is inconsistent. Verdict: simple but often ignored. Number 6. Magnesium-rich foods, nuts, seeds, beans. Magnesium helps protect inner ear cells from noise-induced stress. Some clinical findings suggest it may reduce auditory cell damage risk by up to 20% in high noise exposure conditions. Limitation: works best preventively, not after damage occurs. Verdict: strong protective mineral. Number 5. Regular brisk walking, circulation booster. Walking improves blood flow to the brain and inner ear structures. Studies show up to a 20 to 25% improvement in microcirculation efficiency with consistent activity. Limitation: requires daily routine consistency. Verdict: powerful indirect hearing support. Step 4. Reducing loud noise exposure. Ear protection habits. Avoiding loud environments or using ear protection significantly slows cochlear damage. Research shows this can reduce long-term hearing decline risk by 30 to 40%. Limitation: only works if consistently practiced. Verdict: one of the most important prevention steps. Number 3. Antioxidant-rich fruits, berries, pomegranates. High antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress in auditory cells. Studies link them to 30% reduction in cellular stress markers in aging populations. Limitation: requires daily intake for effect. Verdict: strong cellular protection. Number 2. Blood pressure control, lifestyle plus diet. Stable blood pressure ensures proper oxygen supply to inner ear cells. Poor control is strongly linked to hearing decline. Proper management can improve auditory health outcomes by 40 to 50% in high-risk groups. Limitation: requires medical monitoring and discipline. Verdict: critical for long-term hearing stability. Number 1. Consistent inner ear blood flow support, combined habit strategy. This includes a combination of hydration, movement, omega-3 intake, and noise protection. Together, these support the entire auditory system at once. Research patterns suggest up to 50 to 60% slower progression of age-related hearing decline when these habits are combined consistently. Limitation: requires lifestyle consistency, not quick fixes. Verdict: the most powerful long-term hearing protection strategy. Number 3. Antioxidant-rich nutrition, berries, pomegranate, dark vegetables. Oxidative stress is one of the key drivers of age-related hearing decline, and antioxidants help neutralize this process. Foods like blueberries, strawberries, spinach, and pomegranate provide compounds that support cellular protection in the inner ear. Clinical nutrition research suggests that consistent antioxidant intake may reduce age-related cellular damage markers by around 25 to 30%, especially in older adults with vascular risk factors. The key is consistency, not quantity. A small daily serving is more effective than occasional large intake. However, one limitation is that antioxidants cannot repair already damaged cochlear cells. They mainly slow progression. Verdict: strong protective layer, best for long-term prevention. Number 2. Circulation and blood pressure stability, movement plus diet control. Hearing depends heavily on healthy microcirculation. The inner ear has one of the smallest and most sensitive blood supply systems in the body. When blood pressure fluctuates or circulation weakens, oxygen delivery drops and hearing clarity suffers. Studies in geriatric medicine show that managing blood pressure and improving circulation habits can reduce risk of progressive hearing decline by up to 40 to 50% in high-risk populations. This includes regular walking, reducing excess salt, and avoiding sedentary behavior. The limitation is that results take time and require ongoing monitoring, especially for individuals already on medication. Verdict: one of the strongest systemic protectors of hearing health. Number 1. Combined inner ear support strategy, the most effective approach. The most powerful method is not a single food or habit, but a combined routine that supports all key mechanisms at once: circulation, inflammation control, and nerve protection. This includes daily hydration, omega-3 intake, moderate physical activity, noise protection, and antioxidant-rich meals working together as one system. When combined, research patterns suggest up to a 50–60% slower progression of age-related hearing decline, especially when started early or mid-stage. A simple practical approach looks like this: omega-3 rich food, 2 to 3 times per week, 20–30 minutes of walking daily, daily antioxidant fruit or vegetable serving, consistent moderate hydration throughout the day, avoiding prolonged loud sound exposure without protection. A harmless side effect some people notice is mild dietary adjustment fatigue when changing habits too quickly. A realistic medical caution is that individuals with existing cardiovascular or ear conditions should coordinate lifestyle changes with their healthcare provider, especially if medications are involved. Verdict: the most complete and sustainable strategy for long-term hearing preservation. These top approaches show that hearing health is not controlled by one factor, it is the result of multiple systems working together. Many people unknowingly speed up hearing decline through a few repeated habits that seem harmless at first. One of the biggest mistakes is constantly exposing the ears to background noise like loud TV, mobile volume, or headphones without breaks, which slowly strains delicate inner ear cells over time. Another major issue is ignoring circulation health. Poor activity levels and uncontrolled blood pressure reduce oxygen supply to the hearing system, making it weaker year after year. A third mistake is delaying early hearing care, allowing the brain to adapt to reduced sound input, which makes recovery harder later. A fourth is assuming hearing loss is purely age-related, when in reality it is often driven by lifestyle and biological stress patterns. The key reframe is simple. Hearing decline is not just aging, it is often a sign of reduced nourishment, circulation imbalance, and accumulated cellular stress that can be slowed when addressed early. For the next 30 days, the goal is not perfection but consistency. Protect your ears from unnecessary noise exposure, support circulation through daily movement, improve nutrient intake with antioxidants and omega-3 sources, and pay attention to early changes in hearing clarity. This short commitment can help stabilize auditory health and support long-term independence, confidence, and quality of life.